Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Willow Talk. Great to have your company, Adam Peacock, alongside Alyssa Healy and Brad Haddin. Heels to you first again. How are you?
Yeah, I don't like being first. I like to just respond to Brad.
Bradley, say something so she can respond.
No, she'll just sledge me. I'm going to HR after today.
I would just like to, and for those that are watching, point out that Hads is best dressed today, and we don't really know why.
Yeah. Where are you going?
This is just normal.
Oh, look at you go. Hey? You're just happy to get out of the house because it's school holidays.
Yep.
So on this edition of Willow Talk, we'll have a little look ahead to the second test, which starts on Friday at midnight, so Thursday evening Australian time. So a proper dive into it. Also, a little bit about England-India Test 2, but by the time you listen to this, it's already started, so don't hold us to anything that happens.
We can preempt what's going to happen on day one.
Try and preempt.
Yeah.
Also, there's a mammoth score in county cricket, and it just piqued my memory about what happened in a Shield game all those years ago, an extraordinary Shield game, but we'll get into that. And Jason Sangha is going to join us, who found his feet, it's fair to say, in South Australia last season. He's presently in camp with Australia A, so they've got some games coming up, so we'll talk to Jason. But guys, off the top, a quick one about Nathan Lyon. And I think we all woke up when the news broke earlier this week that Nathan Lyon is stepping down from singing the team song. So it was not like Nathan Lyon is retiring. He's officially handed over to Alex Carey. Big moment behind the scenes for the Australian men's cricket team.
I find it funny that it's newsworthy.
Well, I did a whole thing on Cricket Australia's socials.
I'm aware, and I know it's a big thing for the men's team. What I didn't know more than anything else, that Hads was a Songmaster once. I had no idea.
Were you?
Yeah, I did the one days for a while. Did the World Cup in the middle of the MCG.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good footage of that actually, but great choice, Alex Carey.
Yeah.
Just his behaviours and the way he goes about what playing for Australia means to him. But I was with you when the Songmaster hands it over. It means they're about to retire normally. I thought, surely Lino's got more cricket left in him, but it's a good choice.
Yeah. Wiki, always a good choice.
Yeah.
Did it happen in the first test? I'm trying to get to the bottom of exactly who. Or did Nathan do it for the last time and then hand it over?
Didn't it happen in the...
It was after the game.
When he got injured?
No, but Alex didn't get to sing it because we didn't win a test match.
Yeah, that's right.
With Nathan out of the team.
But didn't he hand it over then? Or was this an official handover? Got him in the middle of the circle?
No, he took it back.
Officially handed it over the other night. So I think Nathan sung it for the last time. Led it, for the last time. This is what I'm assuming because I was made aware of it that evening. Which I thought was really cool. Yeah. But I think, Nathan led it for that time and then he's officially passed it on to Alex Carey, so it's his duty from now on. But you're right, Alex took over that game when Nathan was injured, but we didn't win, so he never actually got to sing it.
Huge honour.
So it has about the words, getting it right, getting the tone, getting the enthusiasm right. Do you get nervous before you do it for the first time?
You've got to
this
pick...
guy,
mate.
He probably had a spew before he did it.
You've got to pick your moment when to do it. Like we did it after the Ashes we won out here in 2013 on the field, if you remember. We won 5-0. It was a unique situation because all 11 players played in the 5 test matches. We also did it again later, but you're not allowed to leave the change room till the Songmaster sings a song.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, wives are
aware. As a partner of a player, I'm fully aware of that rule.
What, you have to depart? You have to depart, players only?
No, it's players only.
It just depends at what time of the evening or early next morning that I actually see my partner.
Ah, gotcha.
I can use the word husband.
If you want.
It basically gets sung at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
When you've had your families in, you've had a few drinks, everyone's talking about the game, you've done the debrief. And then the Songmaster stands up. They normally play, Nathan Lyon was about to do it. He puts on True Blue and you hear it and you just watch where Nathan is.
It's like the preamble.
Yeah.
John Williamson.
Yeah. And some have been sung in the Adelaide scoreboard, on the fort in Sri Lanka. Yeah. There's been songs also sung at the top of Table Mountain in Cape Town. So the song's been sung in all different spots.
It's like one of my I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it's not something that I dislike, but it's quite an interesting contrast, I think, between like the men's team and the women's team in a way. And I think it's because you guys have had this this culture and you've handed it along, it's become a real thing over time. It's gathered momentum that it's become a real thing. Whereas we're literally like, get in, sing the song, out we go.
You do it straight away. It's like
no, not really. It depends. Like World Cups and stuff, obviously mean a bit more, and you get that out of the way. But we don't play as much Test cricket as you guys, so we don't understand being in the gravel for 5 days and then sitting there debriefing everything and then singing the team song when you win. So it's a bit different.
It's not sung after you've won a one-day game.
No.
It's only sung if you won a one-day series or a 2020 series after every Test match.
Yep.
But after every Test match, once you hear True Blue and you start to make your way to where it's about to be sung, everyone's got their baggy green on.
Okay.
You go and grab your baggy green. It's a special moment. It's a huge honour for Alex Carey because sort of says to him, you live the values of the Australian cricket team the most. I think you've got to hold this game in a really high regard with how we see that team song. But yeah, Nathan's done a wonderful job. He's had it for a long time. Huss gave it to him.
Yeah.
I think Huss wrote him a letter, actually.
Yeah.
Cute.
Yeah.
Cute.
It's nice when boys get emotional.
So I've got the 9 who have done it.
Yeah.
The 9 started with Rod Marsh, Alan Border, then David Boone. And at that point you're thinking it's a club for men with mows only. But then Uncle Ian got
Look at all the wikis in there, though.
Uncle Ian. Because you talk so much. That's why.
No, because we live the team
You're
values.
the heart and soul.
Yeah, we are the glue.
Ricky Ponting got it. Justin Langer, Michael Hussey, Nathan Lyon, Alex Carey, which to my reckoning means that he's the first South Australian to have the honour in the Tests arena.
Great choice.
Yeah. Fantastic choice. What else are we going to talk about? That's it. That's it for Willow Talk this week.
Well, what I will say is funny. Like the contrast between our two environments is that anytime there's some sort of team thing that's given to someone in charge of, it's like no, because every time we've had like someone's in charge of the coffee machine, someone was in charge of spike ball, that person never went on tour again. So it's funny in the men's team, you give it to the person you know they're going to be around for a while. That's like it's not cursed. Whereas anything in our team, if you're given a role of some sort, it's cursed and you don't want it.
Okay.
That's not cursed.
Alex Carey's fine.
No, he's fine.
Hopefully. We're going to debate where Steve Smith's best place in the batting lineup.
No
That's
debate.
coming up on Willow Talk. We're going to look at, as mentioned, India, England, and Jason Sangha as well. Make sure you follow us on social media. Just search Willow Talk Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. Plus, head to Listener Sport on YouTube. If you leave us a message or a comment, we will get back to you. Our producer, Joel, has no life and is on Instagram all day.
That was noted the other day that Jolie was just sitting there replying to everyone. Attaboy.
Even the Gronks. He's happy to respond.
I wish he'd let me loose on replying.
Well, you could.
Yeah.
Do you have an Instagram account back yet? You got to start a new one?
No.
Now, Lynx got in contact with us on Insta and said, a strange request here from our cricket club in Bapchild CC in Kent. UK, be careful of that. Kent in the UK. We are touring next month and keen to introduce the guys and tour oppositions to new games. We play wobbly stumps.
Oh, yeah, that's good fun.
Where you run out and spin around a stump 10 times and then try and stumble back. Do you have any games, tour initiations that we can adopt for the trip? Thanks, Lynx.
Good old-fashioned boat race, never killed anyone.
Yeah.
That's good fun. But you normally do that. So you got to do that first and then the flip cup and then you go do the wobbly stumps and then you finish.
She'd be a good songmaster.
We
getting everyone going.
We pumped the Kiwis in a series, a Rose Bowl. I think we beat them in the 3 ODIs and the 3 T20s, and then we got absolutely smacked in the boat race flip cup / wobbly stumps challenge after. So yeah, they're obviously better at the team song.
Do you organise the end of season trips? By the way, you sound like you've got a bit of experience in this regard. No, you don't.
No.
You sound like
we don't have end of season trips. We're on tour all the time.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I've seen wobbly stumps and real bad.
Yeah.
Like 20 stitches, broken noses. Mate, you go and try to...
Stop running it with the 6-year-olds.
No. Yeah, they do it. They've had 10 cans. And you just watch them. They hit the picket fence. You got to do it right in the middle.
Got any other games?
Guys pop their shoulder.
Any other games for Lynx?
No, mate, the English are the best with the drinking
I feel
games.
like they come up with a lot of the stuff that we adapt to
left
our
and right
lifestyle.
hand drinking. Yeah. Like they're all basic ones.
I'm not sure they're after drinking games though, Hads. I think they might just be after tour initiations.
Tour initiation
they're
games.
from Kent.
Yeah. And?
They're only after one thing. Drinking game.
Oh.
Shout out to George and the team at the Great Houghton Cricket Club in Northamptonshire. Been going since 1877, the club. George has been listening to Willow Talk for the last 8 months. Great to have your company, George, and thank you for listening. And hope you took on board Hads giving English cricket plenty of compliments out of the first test against India. That was on the earlier episode this week.
Geez, that social media clip went out fast. They got edited and straight out there for everyone to see.
My boy's seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm cramping. Training this morning. Sorry.
He's actually cramping.
I am actually.
And I hope for everybody watching that you can see that his business up top, party down the bottom, is in his tracky pants and his clogs.
And it's a high hamstring cramp as well. It's like he's been shot.
Yeah, I'm back.
No, you're not. We'll continue on here. Head to Apple Podcasts and Spotify and leave us a review. We want to get to 300 reviews before the Ashes, or leave us some tips to how to alleviate the problems of cramp.
Yeah, well, I think maybe Hydrolite might have to come on board.
Exactly.
Stop drinking 6 coffees before the show and you'll be right.
You good?
You good? Yeah, no, I'm good.
Let's go. Second test later this week. Australia v the West Indies. Obviously, we've talked about Nathan Lyon handing over the baton of the team song to Alex Carey. But, guys, what do we think? Sorry?
Firstly, I'm confused, right? Is it Friday or is it Thursday night?
Thursday night, midnight, but that becomes Friday morning straight
So
away.
technically that's Friday, the 4th of
They'll
July.
walk out on
Right.
Thursday, but first ball shouldn't be until Friday, Australian Eastern Time.
Right. So for everyone else who's confused out there with the clocks like I am, it's Thursday night.
It's late.
It's 11:59. Turn the TV on at 11:59 on Thursday night.
It's not that
Ready
hard.
to go for Friday.
It's not that difficult.
That's tricky. I'm not going from time zones.
Thursday night, we'll wake up Friday morning, take in the last session, watch the mini, take it all in. What do we think? More of the same?
More of the same.
Granada.
I expect I expect a really polished batting display actually from the Australians. They would have a good look at the West Indies attack and they bowl well. And I think they'll combat it. I think they'll put a big first innings total. I wouldn't see Australia changing their team unless you could at Granada get a real big turning wicket and Kuhnemann comes into calculation, but I'd see the same 11 for the Australians.
Yeah, I agree. Probably the only talking point will be Steve Smith. A, if he does come back in, and B, where does he bat? Do you leave Cameron Green at 3? Do you push Smudge up to 3? Maybe put Greenie at 4. But we've had this debate all week about what we want to do, and we've said stay patient.
We're going to have it right now, actually.
Stay patient, stick fat. If we're going to,
You're going to have the debate.
If you're going to leave, if you want Cameron Green to be number 3 moving forward, then leave him there. But if there is the talk on the horizons that he does come back as a bowling at some point in time, maybe he does have to slot down. So is Steve Smith your number 3? But look, first and foremost, will he play? Hope so. Hopefully his finger's healed enough to do that. Where's he going to field, more importantly? Does he go straight back into the slips with a busted finger? Maybe not. So that also creates change. If he's coming in for Ingo, who is standing in the slips, and he's not in the slips, who goes in there? So there's lots of actually talking points with him coming back in. But personally, I think leave it. Let's let Cam Green figure it out at number 3 for the moment and put Steve Smith back at 4 and score a bunch of runs.
However, I'll bring up this point. So numbers. I'll hit you with numbers and then you can come back with me that it's not all about numbers, it's about perception and other things. However, Steve Smith at number 3 in test matches, 29 innings, average of 67, 800s, out 10 times below 20. Steve Smith at 4 in test matches, 122 innings, average of 61, so less, 6 less.
6 runs different, mate.
Yep. 2300s, 31 times out below 20. But in your mind, he's nothing but a number 4 in Test cricket, Hads?
No. He's nothing but a number 4 in this series. Just leave Steve Smith. We experimented with him before. Let's stop moving our best player. He found some real mojo in his game from Sri Lanka. He looked outstanding in the Test Championship as well. So let's not play with Steve Smith at the moment. The other thing with number 3, let's give Green a go. Yeah. It becomes a lot more satisfying. Yes, you've gone through a hard couple of innings, but he'll go away and work on it. You can't every time someone gets knocked over, jump and change the batting on. Oh, we've got to change here. It doesn't mean that the selection's wrong. You got to allow guys time to develop in that role. And if you keep moving everyone every time they get a good ball or get out a couple of times, no one's learning.
Yep.
So he'll go away this weekend. He'll look at footage. He'll look at everything he needs to with the batting coaches, talk to who he needs to, and then he'll find a way. He's done that throughout his career. He'll find a way. Then at the end of this series, you can have another conversation about it. But you've got to let these guys go out, fail, and then problem solve. And the feeling you get when you get through that moment, he'll get runs at some stage at number 3. All of a sudden, we might find a number 3 for Australia, but you can't keep chopping and changing because they get out in one innings.
I reckon it's just an approach, like how it's probably that's what he's figuring out at the moment. How do I want to play this number 3 role? I think traditionally, we've always been like, oh, number 3 will blunt the attack or whatever it might be if we get off to a not a great start, but he's got to work out in his own mind how he wants to attack it. There's dismissal in the last innings in the first test was like, I want to hit this ball. I'm not sure about it. I'm not sure about hitting this ball. I've nicked it. So I think in his mind, he's just got to work out, am I hitting that ball to the boundary because I've seen him do it 1,000 times before really confidently, or are you going to leave that ball? So it's just a mindset, and I guess that's the conversation with the coaching staff is how do we want to approach it? What are you okay with me? What are my dismissals that you're okay with? Yeah. What are the dismissals we're not okay with? If we're going to go down this path, work that out, and then we just stick fat, like I said, and back him in to do the job.
The other thing as well, at number 3, he's got a new opener up there. Imagine being number 3 when you had Warner and Khawaja or Haddin and Langer. You get time to sit down. At the moment, he's on edge about getting everything right, when I'm going to get in. Is he trying to relax? And so it's a whole new experience for him, which is it's not a bad thing. Like failing's not a bad thing.
Yeah, still winning.
Yeah, we're still winning. We're trying to find ways. Steve Smith, okay, we couldn't find an opener, throw our best player up. Moving back, okay, we need number 3, let's just move Steve Smith. How about we just leave Steve Smith? He's really found a groove back in his game. He went a good period of the 18 months before where he wasn't at his best. And there was talk about that he was going to retire from Test cricket. He had enough, but he's found his way. Just leave it how it is.
With 3 and 4, so obviously at Test match level in a team like the Australian cricket team, 3 or 4, they're pretty much, you'd guarantee that they know what they're doing with a bat. It's not like you've picked someone last in the school cricket game. It's like, oh no, we'll pick you last, but you can go in 3 or 4. You don't know what you're doing. Oh,
which wicket keeper?
Are you a left-hander or a right-hander? I'm not sure. No, they know what they're doing, but the subtle differences between the two positions in Test cricket are exactly what? 3 and 4.
Time. I think, like, for some, number 3 might be the best place to bat because sometimes you might not have that much time. You might sit down, pad up, next minute you're in because your opener's nicked off to a good ball. Whereas number 4, you probably get to sit down a little bit longer. You've probably looked at the wicket a little bit longer, seen what's going on out there. But then in saying that, your openers could go out and could be none for 200 and you're sitting there all day with pad rash as well. So I think that's literally all it is. Sometimes when you come in at number 4, you get a slightly older ball and you probably get to counter-attack a little bit quicker, whereas 3, you might just have to ride the waves of it a little bit more like an opener.
Yeah.
Agree. It's time. You watch, soon as the last wicket's fallen, the 2 openers are number 3 run off. Yeah. Number 4 just sort of casually walks off.
Probably has a sandwich.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it as well. 3 is a unique spot, and it takes some time to learn it. So let's just stick with it. Let's see how this series goes because we've got to find someone who can take on those responsibilities. And he's got talent. Cameron Green's found over his time that he's got talent and he does have an appetite for big hundreds when he gets in. So, mate, he's been in pretty quick in the innings he's played. The openers haven't helped him out there. So, yeah, let's just hold our horses a little bit.
I'd just love to see him use his presence. He's a big guy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, him walking out at number 6, I used to be like, it was like Bo Webster's there at the moment. He's same built, right? He's striding out at number 6 and he's like the biggest guy on the planet. Yep. Do that at 3. Puff your chest out and go, I'm going to dominate this because I'm bigger than all of you. Maybe not the West Indies, but, I'm bigger than you. I'm going to bully you.
What about the island of Grenada? Have you got anything for us in that regard?
Never been there.
Any memories? It's an island of it's about 100,000 people live there. It's the southernmost of the Windward Islands.
Yep.
Sounds like a beautiful place, but is it?
Loaded question, Adam. Yeah. I've never been there, so I can't comment.
I think he's had that good a time he can't remember.
Yeah.
Did you play there?
No,
Surely.
I think I was there in the 2007 World Cup. We flew in and out for a game. I think it was against New Zealand.
That's why you can't remember.
The game over quick. Actually, Shane Bond bowled really well.
Yeah, they knocked you over, did they?
I think it seems like a bit more of a holiday destination. A lot of American tourists. Yeah. Oh, sorry, cricket related?
Yeah,
no idea. A lot of American tourists.
Tax exiles and things like that.
Yeah.
No, but wicket turns, that's the main thing. Yeah.
We'll soon find out, Adam, won't we?
We will find out. And it is big for our top order to see if we can maybe hit 400 or plus.
It'll happen.
Just quieten a few people down, that'd be nice.
It'll happen.
Exactly.
Including us.
Over in the British Isles, so Birmingham is the focal point for England and India as we sit here. As you listen to this right now, it's been released on a Thursday, this podcast. Day 1 has already happened. What do you make of, and I don't know, we obviously don't know the answer and won't know until the toss, about the build-up to does Bumrah play or doesn't he? It felt like the whole way it was, and don't worry about the outcome, it was, we're not playing him. And as you mentioned earlier in the week, the situation we're in, you just got to front end playing him because otherwise it's too hard to claw back on. No point in saving him for the unsavable situation. It's a big, big question.
Yeah. I will know the answer tomorrow. Yeah, but I find that kind of sad that that's what we talk about. Like, we feel like that is the only way that India is going to win the game. And I feel like that's a really sad way to look at it because they had 500s in that game.
Yeah.
Someone got a 5-for and they lost. England had one guy make 100.
Yeah.
A couple of partnerships won the game. So it was a team effort.
At one stage, they were 3 for 430 odd, weren't they? At one stage. And this gets to the bigger question about where exactly is India going with their test team? Because they've lost, and as we've experienced in Australia, as all great test-playing nations, look at the West Indies. They've never recovered from that magnificent era of fast bowlers. Kohli, Rohit Sharma goes out. India have had a rancid record for their stature. I mean, you look at the resources that team's given. You look at the talent depth coming through Indian cricket. Hads, are backwards, given your time in the IPL. And they served up this in the last 18 months in test matches, getting rinsed by New Zealand at home, coming out here, winning one test match, and now this.
Yeah, well,
there was a big game.
Yeah, it is. There was a lot spoken about in IPL about where these test team's at. And they've made some big decisions, like that Rohit Sharma's out, Kohli's out. So they're at a stage now, they're trying to figure out what's their best style. An interesting selection, I reckon, is Jadeja in the test team. He's been around a long time. Do you have to change your mindset around the spinning option going to an attacking spinner? They do so well in India because Jadeja attacks on those wickets. So is he as effective away from India? I don't think so. That's where I think they've got to start to look at Kuldeep Yadav to come in and attack his spinner to take a bit of pressure off Bumrah, to have someone that goes after wickets. Arshdeep Singh, he could be a really huge find for India in these conditions because he swings a new ball. And with that there, you can start to take pressure off Bumrah as well. So he might bowl a bigger first spell, you bowl a couple of spells, a little one in the middle and take the new ball and still get your 20 overs in a day. But to me, they're attacking options. They need to do something different in their attack. To me, outside of Bumrah, everything's the same and safe. So they're just trying to find a little bit at the moment what their test identity looks like. Individually, they're good.
Yeah, and that's the point. Like, England won because the team played well. India individually played really well and got a job done. But I think with regards to what their team is, and you lose guys like that. But a lot of these guys that are playing and are doing really well actually don't play a lot of red ball cricket in India, and that's the point, because they play the 3 formats of the game. India plays so much cricket around the world, especially white ball, because that's where it brings in all the money to everybody else, that these guys are playing that. I mean, Karun Nair back in the team because he went back and played Ranji Trophy, made an absolute mountain of runs and forced his way back into the side. So I don't know. I'm trying to find their identity. How do you do that when you guys are just playing white ball cricket? I don't know the answer to that.
I think when you're trying to create an identity around your test team, it's the style of game that you want to play. And I think individually, pound for pound, we know India is as talent as anyone in the world, but they've got to find a way to bring all that talent together, understanding big moments. And fielding's a perfect part of that. They've got a more athletic team now, so they can create a bit of pressure around the presence in the field, not just waiting for something to happen. If they take their catches, all of a sudden it's a totally different test match they're talking about. So it's all those little things in test matches that make good teams so great. There's never been a great cricket team that aren't outstanding fielding teams. So you've got to look, and they're the little identity things that make you from good to great, and that's what I think they've got to start to talk more about.
Well, it seems like they've obviously we're recording this before the game, but Nitish Reddy's coming back into the team and going to go straight into the cordon, and Jaiswal's already been removed out of there just from what people are watching the practice sessions are looking like. So they're already trying to make those changes and look at ways that they could be better.
But the ball will find him.
Yeah, it will.
The ball always finds you. It's not always best to take them out. It's if he's your best catcher, he has a bad day. Okay, why has he had a bad day? Was he a makeshift slipper? Are you doing enough work on his technique?
I reckon he's a bit of a makeshift gully. I don't think he needs to be at gully. It's a bad place to field. Put your Jadeja or someone there. Put your best fielder in gully, or your biggest guy like Cam Green. Yeah. Because they can swallow it.
Yeah. You just half disagree with Heels, and she started cracking her knuckles there. I thought something untoward was about to happen.
I was going there.
Yeah.
Poor Mitch.
You can dive out the way with your cramp again. Drinks break. Back in a moment with an outrageous score in county cricket, and also our guest, Jason Sangha. Guys, an incredible score in county cricket through the week. Surrey against Durham declared, and it was nice of them to finally declare, 9 for 820. Dom Sibley, who's been in the runs, if I'm not mistaken, 305. He's in the runs here. 3 others made centuries. Rory Burns is the captain of Surrey as well. He was out for 55. Geez, you'd be dirty if you were Ryan Patel. He got 10 and had to sit there and just watch everyone just fill up.
Got a good one, probably.
9 for 820. Has there ever been a case? There's probably been multiple.
That's horrible cricket.
Well, you know what? The funniest part about me reading this is that I saw that it was Jimmy Neesham's first red ball game of cricket in 3 years. Yeah. And he's on the other end of that. And I reckon that might have been his last red ball. I'm keen. He might respond to this podcast and let us know if he's actually officially retired from red ball cricket now, because he would have had to bowl a bit.
It was at the Oval, by the way. So Durham, they're 470 runs in arrears as we go into the final day.
They actually only bowled 161 overs.
Yeah, their run rate was not on this page, and I can't be bothered working it.
Yeah, 5.07.
George Drissel was the one that copped some serious tap. 1 for 247 off his 45.
I've turned off. This is not the way you play cricket.
I know, and then that's what
this is your batting for stats.
There's a little question on this sheet saying, why is there no 300s in Sheffield Shield in Australia? Because we get on with it.
We play to win.
Yeah.
Win the game.
You don't need to declare on 850.
Liam Davis was the last one back in 2012 to have a score a triple ton. It was Simon Kadich in 07, Darren Lehman did it in 05, Martin Love did it in 2003, was it? Happy memories. So if you're out there in the field and you're watching this and you're the wicketkeeper, are you questioning your life choices?
Yep.
You're going, why am I here? What am I doing? I would rather be doing 120 different other things right now than do this.
Yeah, but we do that every day anyway, not like when they're 9 for 800.
I'd just be there going, oh, well, what about it? You got 100. Well done. Here you get a trophy at the end of the year. The game was drawn. You're not making better cricketers when you get 820.
Well, I mean, you're giving guys a chance to bat. Dom Sibley's now like, pick me for the Ashes. Zach Crawley has another stinky series.
Are you looking at that and saying,
no,
mate,
I'm not. But everyone's going to read into that, right?
No,
so,
I don't reckon Ben Stokes and Bazball read into that.
This is the Hads we know and love, bagging English cricket.
It is outrageous.
Shit cricket. The reason it doesn't happen in cricket in Australia is because to do that, you take 2.5 games, days out of cricket. You sledging me again?
No, it did happen back in the day. Let's go back to the 1930s where Victoria, 1107. Back in the days of the greats like Ponsford and Woodfull, just ultimate fill-up.
You're just trying to break records, right? Is that it?
Yeah, that's what you're doing.
What was the scorecard then? Bill Ponsford, 352. No wonder he got a grandstand named after him. Ryder came in at 295. Yeah. You wonder why it doesn't happen anymore? People want to move the game on. But you know what's
funny? I stood in the queue at Lord's waiting to get in, and I was behind these two slightly older gentlemen, and all I heard them talk about was like, the T20 cricket. It's just not real cricket. Like, quite literally, he's like, I'd much rather go and watch a game of county cricket than watch the 100. Like, I'm hearing this discussion. Is he genuinely telling me that he would rather go and sit there and watch a team go 9 for 850?
They're not happy with their wives. They're just trying to get out of the house. That's nothing about cricket. No, that's not. Well done, 300.
On that note, can we give a shout out to your wife, who yet again is being awesome, and you refused to talk about her? Did she or did she not just captain the New South Wales side to win the State of Origin touch?
They beat Queensland again.
Yeah. Go Karina.
Yeah.
Every household needs an elite athlete, and the Haddins do have one.
I'm actually the fifth.
Let's now get to our special guest, Jason Sangha. Yeah, joining us is our special guest for this edition. He's up in the Northern Territory at the moment, preparing to play for Australia A. They're playing 3 one-days and 2 first-class matches against a travelling Sri Lanka side. But it's a man who changed states about 12 months ago, and didn't it work? He scored runs at the start. He scored runs at the end as South Australia had an amazing season. Jason Sangha, thanks for joining us, mate. And, for our listeners, I'll just paint the picture. It does look like you're in the West Indies at the moment, but it is actually Darwin that you're in, preparing for a game of cricket.
Yeah, it's been pretty cold in Adelaide the last couple of weeks. So the poor man's West Indies, Darwin, but it's nice up here. It's actually, finally can start wearing shorts again and tank tops. So looking forward to the next couple of weeks for sure.
It was stinking hot when we were up there, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago. It was stinking hot, so these guys are going to be working hard.
Are you working hard, or what's the preparation for an A game? Is it, full-on fitness, or is this an excuse to get away from the full-on fitness to prepare for a state season?
Yeah, probably a bit of both. Depends what pain he's got in store for us, really. We've got a team meeting in about 15, 20 minutes, so we'll see what he's got. But at the moment, it looks like the golfing group are playing at Darwin Golf Club most days. A few of us just flew in last night, so a lot of time spent by the pool. The pool at the hotel, I probably wouldn't trust the beaches too much.
No.
Rocks up here, so... But yeah, it's... I don't know. We'll see how we go. But it's a lot of cricket in a short amount of time, so a lot of R&R, I reckon, in between games.
The two next to me can explain what an A game you can do for your cricket, and like meeting new players that you play against and everything like that. What are you expecting to get out of this, Jason, over the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, like, for a lot of us, it's a great opportunity to play with a lot of people you play against. There's some nice talent and some good players in this squad. So pretty keen, I guess for myself, pretty keen just to tap into some of the other players and sort of watch how they go about it. And it's always exciting when you get to play against opposition, especially a country like Sri Lanka. I think they've just come off a test series as well against Bangladesh. So I think a couple of their guys are playing in as well. So be good opposition. But to be fair, it's pretty cool to be playing cricket this time of year. It's definitely beats, being indoors on the hard wicket, to get out, play some cricket, especially up here in the top end. I'm pretty confident we'll get some decent turnouts as well. So, it's a good chance to obviously put your name up in lights. But, at the moment, everyone's just excited to finally play, I guess to play with each other. For a lot of us, it's going to be some good fun.
Jace, it's Hads. Sorry I haven't asked the question sooner. I've been sitting at the end of the table in tears that he's got a red cap on. I've followed your career very, very closely since you started, but the move to South Australia obviously been a great one for your career. What was the big change in your game when you left New South Wales to South Australia? Was it more mental, or was it actually learning more about your craft?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I didn't really have too much of a choice. Sort of got told about halfway through the year that, I was going to get delisted by New South, which at the time, it hurts. Being from Newcastle, there's a lot of players from Newcastle who've gone on to play for New South Wales. You think of like Mark Cameron, Bert Cockley, Bobby Holland, Kerry Thompson, just to name a few. And
Andrew Johns.
Russell. he's probably the biggest one, actually. It was they were sort of the pinnacle of a person who played Newcastle cricket. Was how good were they get to play for New South Wales? That was a dream. So obviously it was a bit of pill to swallow, but it's been a great move ever since, and I just can't thank South Australia enough for, I guess, giving me that sort of second chance and that lifeline to take my cricket over here. And when you link up with some players who are in a similar boat where they've left their home states to come to play for South Australia, it makes it a great squad and it's a great culture. And it was just really cool to see some success and see the whole state get really get behind us.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've been in for New South Wales pre-season this year, and I haven't seen the Blues do a gym session in rave attire. So it seems like you guys might be having a bit more fun.
We got some. We're a group who likes to express ourselves a little bit. So our S&C Wally, he was pretty keen just to, because you will know, like pre-season can be so grueling sometimes. So you need to make it a bit fun. So Friday fun was the theme, and it was Festival Friday. So, and I've never even been to a festival, so I don't even know what to wear, but we were pretty inspired by it, and it was a chance to let everyone to let their hair down. So it was I don't know what this week's theme is, but it was full rave. Harry Mathias and Daniel Drew, they're like DJs, so they were cranking the tunes. There was a lot of carry on for 60 minutes of work.
I will say Spencer Johnson looked like he knew what he was doing. That's all I'll say.
He had those fluoro bands on and stuff like that.
I don't know, but he looked in full mode. Sorry, Hads.
Jason,
Festival Friday, but Spence was in a rodeo gear, so anyhow.
Jason, I just want to take you back to the Shield final. Obviously, the lead up was a massive event, but you wouldn't expect the turnout you got after you won it. That was great scenes there at Karen Rolton Oliver.
Oh, it was awesome. Just the way the government put money into the ground just to get the amount of seating. I reckon I could be wrong. I think it was supposed to hold about 5,000 to 7,000 people around the grounds. And if you've been to Karen Rolton, there's not a lot of places to sit. So massive thanks to the SA government and Peter Mal for being able to get that happen. And just the atmosphere was awesome. Like, when you get to go to, and when you play at North Sydney and you get like a good crowd at North Sydney Oval, it feels like quite a lot. Rather than when you're playing at those big grounds and you get 5,000, it seems quite empty. But to get 5,000 on a full ground where every seat was taken, there's people smacking on the banner signs to create buzz, and because it's such a small ground, it felt like there was 40,000 there. That last hour was so loud. It was it was pretty.
Back to this series that obviously you're on for, and we're here to talk about. I look at the list of players that that they've picked in this Auss series. There's a lot that stand out to me that are the future for Australian cricket moving forward. Obviously, there might be some potential opportunities opening up over the next little period in time. Do you feel like that's an element of pressure on you guys, or is it just another opportunity for you guys to just showcase what you could do and just say, look, I'm ready if an opportunity does come?
Yeah, I think you're spot on there. I think it's just a great chance to sort of showcase your skills first and foremost, but also just it's a lot of excitement, and I think for a lot of us, it's also a nice reward to a lot of the guys in the squad have had a fantastic season last year, so it's nice to get recognised and have that reward, and to be able to showcase what you can do potentially at the level above in A series. So yeah, I mean, obviously, I think there's always going to be time where there's not so much media pressure, but there's going to be a lot of talk about, the opportunities to play at the next level. But for a lot of us, like a lot of it is just to go out there and showcase your skills and play. And, whether it's success in this this series or whether it's the start of the season, I think regardless of the format or where you're playing, I think it's just important to keep scoring runs or for batters to keep scoring runs, bowlers to keep taking wickets. And I guess for myself, I've just tried to be really, I guess, consistent in playing well and contributing to team success. And whether that's for Kensington and grade cricket, Randwick if I played the odd T20 at the start of the year, or for South Australia or in this A series, like it's making sure that I just keep trying to contribute to team success, wherever that may fall.
We don't want to make you late for your first team meeting with Tim Payne, so we'll wrap it up soon. see how much discipline.
Payne actually said to me, he's like, if you got some guts, maybe you can take into the team room and have everyone join in. But I'm not that ballsy just yet, I think.
Okay,
just tell him you're chatting to two keepers and Adam anyway, so he'll be right.
Exactly. Oh, I just want to ask about it. Josh Philippe, when he jumps into the pool, how does the hair look when he comes out of the pool?
Oh, you're not going to believe this is such good. I'm so glad you asked that. We actually. Myself, Liam, Scott, and Nathan McSweeney and Flip. We this morning we went and got a coffee in Darwin somewhere, and we thought, let's just go for a walk around Mitchell Street at this time of the day, not after hours, but we went for a walk and I just didn't get a haircut. And Buddha was like, McSweeney was just like, "What do you need a haircut for, mate? Like, there's nothing there." Paid $50 for a little skin fade just to go like that. So yeah, amazing that bloke needs a haircut. I didn't think I was going to hear that from him this trip, but he spent $50 on a haircut. So there you go.
It's worked then. Good on him.
Well, yeah. If
it looks great, to be fair,
it does look great.
Good stuff, Jason Sangha there, and also don't forget the international cricket is coming back to the NT later this year. The white ball series against South Africa, the World Test champions, obviously, but this is a white ball series in August. Get your tickets from cricket.com.au. Hads and Heels, that's us for this edition. It sounds like you guys are going down to Cricket 360 to work on your game.
Yeah, I thought you were coming.
Can you bat?
Pre-season.
Only if there's no ball machine involved, because I maybe trust you, Heels. I don't trust you behind the controls of the ball machine.
I would much rather have me behind the ball machine than a winger.
Yeah.
I'll hurt you with it.
No, you can just bowl. Those skitty googlies or whatever flippers. That's right, flippers.
You remind me of a private school batter. Can play a cover drive on a bowler machine. Can't play anything at your body.
Correct.
I bowled 5 or 6 overs yesterday at Phoebe, so I'm ready to go.
Okay, bring it on. Thanks, guys. Have a great week, everyone. Enjoy the Test match cricket. We'll be back next week to review it all. Yeah, thanks for watching the Willow Talk podcast on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't have to miss an episode wherever you are. And while you're at it, check out these videos up here. They're mostly good.